Hello Divine Souls, and welcome to my channel, Journey of Soul Mastery. I am your host, Rebekah Cortez. If you're new to the channel, the emphasis is empowerment, empowering your states of existence. And the focus of this video is understanding the conscious structure of self, soul versus ego. Let's dive in. The topics we'll be discussing in this video is acknowledging your divine light, elevating self-love and worth, elevating your understanding of soul and ego states, authentic core beliefs and false core beliefs. Acknowledging your divine light. The highest vibration in existence is love. Love is light and light is love. The essence of light exists within every living being. There are those that do reject their light and choose to operate from lower vibrational states, also known as ego. But this doesn't mean that they're separate from light. The universal principle of duality captures the divine truth of states we must master through our journey in physicality. For example, light and dark, masculine, feminine, negativity, positivity, love and fear. Light and dark exist in the divine structure of all in existence. Which one we are in service to is our inherent right to wield through the gift of free will. The importance of embodying love and anchoring the transformative energy of love into your heart center is for the purpose of honoring your sovereignty of light and choosing to return to your unique wholeness of light, authentic expression, and divine truth. The rejection of connectedness and the unwillingness to anchor love within your heart center will increase the presence of fear. And you'll be imprisoned in states that manifest experiences of suffering and pain when you operate from disempowered states of ego. Love is your redemption and healing to all that is in opposition to your divine light. Love is the pathway to all healing. Love is the most transformative energy and all that originates from light. In your journey through soul mastery and physicality, your true authentic expression does not fully illuminate until you embrace love for self. And as you develop your ability to transition out of ego states, you evolve into the embodiment of love, which is your original light. Here are some key points to assisting you in elevating self-love and worth. 1. Love is the answer to elevating your conscious states to end your suffering and pain. Love allows you to embrace your lighted potential and start consciously manifesting more fulfillment in your states of existence. Love is the pathway to returning to wholeness and letting go of egoic states that keeps you suppressed and imprisoned to negative imprinting and conditioning that do not support your lighted potentiality. Love must be experienced internally and extended to self before you can be successful at extending love externally in healthy ways that inspire and promote connectedness. To love self requires a focused commitment and willingness of heart to dedicate to the path of cultivating, nurturing, and expanding the most significant relationship you'll experience in physicality, which is the relationship to yourself. Loving yourself requires that you are consistently unwilling to dishonor, disrespect, sacrifice, sabotage, overextend, negatively compromise, and disempower yourself in any way for anyone. We all must define what these words mean in relation to our foundation of core beliefs. Core beliefs are the foundations of which we operate from, consciously and unconsciously. What we place the most focus on and attach to as truth will shape our core belief system. This can either promote our lighted potential or keep us imprisoned in falseness. The two main categories that act as platforms that structure core beliefs are love and fear. Love is the opposite of fear. These opposing energies shape the foundation of your core beliefs and what drives your intentions into forward motion energetically. What you believe is what will be created into reality for the sake of experience. To accept self on all levels, you must understand yourself on all levels. This means you must confront ego self and the shadows or falseness of adopted truth and peel back the layers to reconnect and reclaim your divine authentic truth. The purpose in this development work is to reclaim divine empowerment by shedding light on all that shadows your potential to reclaim all you already know to be authentic truth and all that you are already. To embrace your soul potentiality, you must exercise spiritual alchemy. Through your inherent ability of alchemy, you transmute or elevate unconscious states of dark, shadowed ego self to return to the lighted conscious states of soul potentiality. I'd like to dive a little bit deeper into understanding self, and in order to do that, we have to elevate our understanding of all aspects of self. In this section, I'm going to be dissecting and defining ego states and soul states and what they represent to our overall existence and the realities that we experience. Ego houses the shadowed, unconscious aspect of self. The aspect of self that is trapped in the illusion of separation from its light and divinity, that causes feelings of disconnectedness to everything, and that truly longs to return to the wholeness of oneness with light. Ego is driven by the false core beliefs we adopt as truth, and it's our responsibility to shine light and transmute the falseness back into authentic truth the way our soul intended to be expressed in this world. Our self and physicality is the fragmented aspect of the one, lighted self or soul self that resides in wholeness in the all consciousness or divine consciousness. Soul resides in divine consciousness and represents 99% of our fragmented self and physicality of only 1%. Soul is also commonly referred to as our higher self, and it embodies all the lighted potentiality and resides in divine states of authentic sovereignty of wholeness. Soul is not trapped in the illusion of separation and only embraces connectivity to all. All parts of self are fragmentations of the soul self. The soul fragments to experience multidimensional levels of conscious existence. It isn't until we collapse all timelines and unite all fragmented portions of self that we return to wholeness, which is also referred to as integration. Embodying love is the only path that will achieve the return to wholeness and connect to the divine all consciousness. As stated earlier, you are 1% seen, 99% unseen. The ego represents 1% and operates through the unconscious, internal, lower vibrational states that encompasses all the shadowed or dark potentiality. And the following are experienced in these states. We develop false core beliefs. we attach fear. We also experience lower vibrational states because ego supports separation and scarcity mindsets. The soul, or higher self, represents 99%, and it is the state of internal consciousness that encompasses all of the divine or light potentiality. And when we're operating from this foundation, the following are experienced. We return to our authentic core beliefs of truth. We embody love as the platform that drives our intentions in forward motion into action. And this is what we experience. And we also experience higher vibrational states of fulfillment and abundance, peace and joy. Because soul supports wholeness and abundance. Soul supports light, oneness. So let's put this in deeper practical application to make it easier to identify these polarized states. Identifying lighted attributes of soul. The consciousness of our divine soul is our authentic, empowered self. It's all about community, we, and unity. It seeks understanding within all experiences. It promotes awareness and embodies love, extends gratitude and promotes acceptance. It seeks balance and is divine truth. It promotes peace and accepts abundance, and it values spiritualism and sustainability. The soul is in higher service to oneness and equality. Our soul has unfailing trust and belief in its authenticity and higher divine abilities, and embodies love, worth, and value for self in all things. Soul perceives experiences as a gift to and for the whole collective of humanity, all working in synergy and unison to promote growth and expansion, which is why we're all here. Soul experiences abundance emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Soul embraces death as the beginning to the next journey for love and light to be authentically expressed. Soul is wisdom and is in committed service to its fragmented counterpart in physicality through intuitive pathways that channel inspiration and encouragement to pursue paths that are in alignment with heart, purpose, and mission. Soul embodies empowerment through accountability, responsibility, and honesty, embracing the process of healing through expansion of consciousness. Soul exists in wholeness of universal light and love. Now let's identify shattered attributes of ego. Ego is the false, disempowered self. It's all about separation and selfishness and competition. It exercises judgment, criticality, blame, and shame, often through forceful tactics of control. It perpetuates karmic cycles as a result, and feeds into mindsets that promote ignorant actions. It attaches to fear and feeds into jealousy and envy. It thrives on drama, anxiety, and stress, and conforms and complies for the sake of external acceptance. It defines success through materialism, allows greed to be the focus of action, and promotes war, and feeds into the illusion of scarcity. Ego serves only the profit for its own singular gain. It doesn't place much stock into equality. Ego seeks external recognition, confirmation, and acceptance because it lacks the trust and confidence in its own ability. Ego approaches life as a competition, which perpetuates the illusion of scarcity. Ego experiences states of discontentment because ego does not value growth and expansion, and it cleaves to the familiar, no matter how toxic it is, just to avoid change. Ego is stimulated by mindsets that support ignorance, and ego dwells on pain and experiences suffering for the sake of being the victim, to gain pity. Ego seeks to be completed and fulfilled by temporary means of external sources, whatever those are. So how do we detect that we're basing our choices from false core beliefs? Any mental, physical, and emotional state that suppresses your truth and potential of operating in lighted states and lowers your vibrant frequency to internal states of suffering such as, but absolutely not limited to, criticality, discontent, fear, disempowerment, oppression, external reactivity caused by internal negative emotions of anger, anxiety, depression, helplessness, exhaustion are just a few examples of ego states of existence that can be experienced. Not only can we experience these paralyzing dark states internally, but we can wield this negative energy in many ways externally, often as defense mechanisms to ensure survival in a reality that is in full opposition to our truth. So it's important to understand authentic core beliefs. Authentic core beliefs are not aspects of universal truth we must be taught. They simply just must be reclaimed. They already exist internally within the higher states of consciousness. The pathway to receiving the ever-present all-knowingness of universal truth from our soul or higher self is through intuition. Everything that is representative of our authenticity is experienced in elevated states of consciousness that accept, acknowledge, embrace, and embody higher vibrational states of existence and promote lighted realities that promote joy, fulfillment, abundance, balance, calming peace, and love, just to name a few. I want you to take a moment with me and I want you to ponder these 3 questions and really think about them deeply. Is your external expression currently reflecting the individual you really want to be? Have you altered your natural states of authentic expression to be accepted externally? Have you abandoned all that has heart and meaning to you just to comply with the expectations of others and live a life of obligation? Reclaiming your empowered states of being. What does it mean to reclaim truth? It means that every individual must deprogram the unnatural, unwanted, all the learned and adopted falseness of conformity and compliance to become what was expected of them to be. Ego only has one agenda, and that is to snuff out your light and disconnect you from the infinite divinity of truth and beauty that you already are. To reclaim your natural flowing states that promote authentic expression, the way your soul intended to be expressed in physicality, you must remember and reclaim the natural and authentic expressions of self. Take yourself back to your youth. Think for a moment and dive into introspection and think about what you used to do in your own time when you were a little kid, before everybody started shaping you into what they thought the world needed you to be a cog in the wheel or just to serve industry instead of your own heart. What is it that you used to do? Did you used to write? Did you used to dance? What was it? How was your authentic truth expressed? These are the things you must remember in order to reclaim your own truth again. It's important to identify what caused these natural, authentic expressions to be suppressed. How were these things discouraged? I would encourage you to get a journal, and I would encourage you to list 5 things that you used to most enjoy, that were just, you didn't have to think about doing them, they just flowed out of you. Think about those things and write them down. Try to think of 5 things that you used to do. And then next to those 5 things, I want you to allow yourself the right to express how each and every one of those things were suppressed by the adults around you in your life at that time. This is where healing begins. This is shadow work. In order to really reclaim your authentic truth and natural states of being, to harness your lighted potentiality and start the journey of returning to the wholeness and natural states of being by following what has heart and meaning, and incorporating in these passions into your life, you have to give yourself permission to do this. You have to allow yourself the right to say, I don't want to live in falseness anymore. I don't even enjoy my life. I don't even enjoy what I'm doing in my life. So give yourself the right to let it go. Find creative ways to transition yourself out of these states of falseness that you live every day, that don't serve heart and don't serve meaning and purpose to you. It doesn't mean that you have to necessarily run out and just shuck everything in your life overnight. I mean, if you want to do that, more power to you. That's awesome. But it can be as quick or as slow of a process as you decide it to be. There is no right or wrong to this. You have to just allow yourself the right and the permission to live the best version of yourself every day. And you can't do that unless you're really embodying your authentic truth and expressing that truth in organic and natural ways. Everyone experiences moments when they are faced with the internal feelings of knowing that they're not living the best version of themselves. This is the awakening process that happens within everyone who journeys to this dense third dimensional existence. Awaken and empower yourself. Give yourself permission. Self-love and worth initiates the path of enlightenment and the process of returning to wholeness, because without love, we do lack the higher ability of perception to accept, acknowledge, embrace, and embody the value of transformation, which is growth, and transcendence, which is ascension. I hope this information resonated with you, and if you received value from this information provided, please remember to subscribe and hit the bell for future notifications on upcoming videos that will assist you in continuing your growth and expansion. Thank you so much for listening.